What is up, guys? Media Master Menard here today, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be talking about the E3 hype train. It officially took off, and I'm going to react to all the news and information that came out of the press conferences. Quick note, at the time of recording, not all of the press conferences have happened yet, so if I miss any information, don't be too hard on me, okay guys? Just a little note about the background gameplay you guys are seeing here. This is H1Z1 Battle Royale Beta. I've been playing it a lot on the PS4 lately. I've been having a real good time. I've been really sick of Fortnite lately, and it's just been bugging the hell out of me. So I decided to play this game, and I've had a lot of good times playing it. This is actually my third game ever you're seeing on the screen here, and I ended up winning somehow. I'm not very good at shooters naturally. It always takes hard work and a lot of time for me to get better. But I think you guys will enjoy that and seeing the end. The ending is kind of crazy. But like I said, it's just so refreshing, that adrenaline rush I'm getting playing this game, and the gun-on-gun combat has just been great. But without further ado, let's talk about what we really came here for, the E3 announcements. First off, let's talk about EA and the EA Play event that they had. In general, overall, I was underwhelmed and unimpressed, like a lot of people were who saw this conference. And let's start off with the sports games in particular. Obviously, you can't judge a sports game until you get it in your hands, and they always are going to use buzzwords like we're revolutionizing the game, but we can't really judge it till we get it, like I said, so let's not worry about those. They did, however, mention that Longshot is going to be back in Madden, and the Journey is going to be back in FIFA, so I am excited about that. It should be mentioned that they had a lot of indie games that were on display at this event, but I'm not a big indie game guy, so I didn't even pay attention to them, I'm going to be honest with you guys, so if you want to know about those, you should look somewhere else. The next big game that EA is banking on, though, is Anthem, and I have to say, it looks so disappointing, and I'm not surprised again. It just, EA back at it again. And so, Anthem, the gameplay that they showed was just so shaky, and it didn't really look like it knew what it was trying to do. It was so in every type of way it could have been. And I'm going to be honest, I have a prediction for this game, and it's going to be like The Division, where it's going to sell really good at the beginning of its life cycle, and then it's going to be called dead and an abomination a couple months later even. I don't want to start a rant here, but I am really sick of the looter shooter MMO light genre that's coming about lately. I hate Destiny, I hate The Division, and I hate what Anthem looks like it's trying to be. I just don't think it's good gameplay mechanics. I don't think there's any depth to the gameplay. You just do the same missions over and over again, and the gunplay isn't that good, and the gameplay just grows stale very fast, but that's a rant for a different video. Let's move on to other announcements that EA had. They announced a new Star Wars game that's going to take place between episodes 3 and 4, but we didn't get any more information than that really. But for the most important game in my opinion, Battlefield 5, I thought they did a much better job than they did with their original trailer. They showed actual multiplayer gameplay as well. It looked very good. It looked a little similar to Battlefield 1, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I did love Battlefield 1, and I liked seeing all the World War II weaponry and everything in action, and seeing their building mechanics and how you're going to be able to build up fortifications and buildings that have been destroyed is really going to add a lot of depth to the gameplay, I think, because sometimes by the end of the game you're just playing on a flat field, and that's not good, in my opinion. They also announced there will be a Battle Royale game mode in Battlefield 5. They didn't say when it's going to be released. I don't think it's going to be at launch as far as I know, though. Overall, I thought EA had a very mediocre press conference. They showed us Battlefield 5 gameplay, which calmed a lot of people down, which was good. But other than that, they didn't really show us anything new or exciting. It was just kind of like meh. And Anthem, they didn't really tell us any more about what type of game it's going to be. They kind of showed us some gameplay, but as I mentioned earlier, it really wasn't appealing or the type of stuff that's going to make everyone go out and pre-order games. CD Projekt Red released a trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. It's supposed to be a narrative-driven open-world RPG, and they made The Witcher one of my favorite games of all time, so I'm very excited for this. Looks like they're going to be taking a stab at how technology advancements are going to affect humanity in the future, so I can't wait to see what they do with that. Halo came out today and announced a new game called Halo Infinite, and I don't think it's going to be a mainline entry. I think it's a spin-off entry, but either way, I'm not very excited. 343 Studios has just been driving the series into the ground, and it hasn't been good since Halo 3/ODST, in my opinion, so I'm not very excited for that. Microsoft also announced that Crackdown 3 is not even coming out till February of 2019, so it's been delayed again, and Xbox's woes continue. It's really unfortunate. I think it's good to have a competitive console gaming space so that one side doesn't get complacent. But Xbox isn't going down without a fight, and Microsoft is doing their darndest to make sure that they do compete. They announced Gears of War 5, which I know a lot of fans are excited about. I don't own an Xbox One, but I would play Gears if I did have one, and that's a franchise that has always been super cool. They announced a new Tomb Raider game that's coming out September 14th. A lot of people are excited for that. I wish I would have been able to get into those games. I never bought the original one to play it, but I do know they are quality games. But the biggest news that came out today, in my opinion, is Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be released January 29th, 2019. I'm very excited for this game. I've been waiting forever for it to come out, and I can wait a month longer. I know a lot of people wanted it in 2018, but I'm fine waiting until 2019 as long as they ensure the product is going to be as good as possible. They also confirmed that the Frozen world is going to be in Kingdom Hearts, so I think that's kind of cool to see all the Pixar studios coming together into this new Kingdom Hearts game, and I always wondered where they were in the originals, and now they're coming in, and so I think that's going to be really cool to explore those worlds, and I just can't wait to relive the Kingdom Hearts franchise again and the nostalgia that comes with it. I can't wait to enter it again. It's going to be so fun, guys. As I'm talking right now, Bethesda's about to have their press conference, and they're expected to talk a lot about Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. I'm interested to see what Fallout 76 is. I know you guys saw my rant video the other day how Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going to be coming out for a while, but I'm very curious to see what type of game Fallout 76 is and what they're doing with that. I really like Bethesda Studios, and I trust them as developers. If they do by some miracle come out today and announce Elder Scrolls 6, you will hear me admit how wrong I was, and I'll probably have another video up talking about how hyped I am and how I'm losing my mind. So be on the lookout for that, but don't hold your breath. Devil May Cry was announced for a spring 2019 release, and I'm pretty excited about that game. I love the hack and slash genre with difficulty like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta do. A lot of people are really excited because they got rid of the DMC style of Dante. I liked them both, but I think it's for the better overall that they go back to the original Devil May Cry look of Dante. The Division 2 and Just Cause 4 were announced. I'm not a fan of either of those games, and from early in the video you can tell definitely how I feel strongly about The Division. But for those of us who like those games, they're there, and people are going to be happy with that. From Software, the developers of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, have announced a new game called Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, and it looks really cool. It looks like Neo almost. It has a samurai Japan feel going to it, and the gameplay looks super intense and hard and brutally difficult, like all you masochists love out there. But I think it looks amazing. I'm not that good at those games. I did end up quitting Bloodborne halfway through because I was so bad at the game, but I played Neo all the way through, and I think I'm going to like this game a lot. I think that about covers it for what I thought was super important today and what I thought was interesting. If you saw something that I didn't cover that you wanted me to talk about, you should leave a comment below and I can talk about it in my next video. I'm going to be bringing a lot more videos in these upcoming days about E3 and my reactions to what's going on there. It's my first E3 with the channel, and so I'm excited to bring you guys some news and my reactions to it. The upcoming days have me very excited. PS4 has some stuff to announce. They might announce some more Final Fantasy information. Hopefully Final Fantasy 16, and they don't keep milking Final Fantasy 15. I don't want to get started on that, guys, but The Last of Us 2 they have to talk about. I can't wait for that. That was one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm just hyped for everything. Nintendo has so much to talk about. Smash Bros. Switch, Fire Emblem Switch, Bayonetta 3, and much, much more. It's a great time to be a gamer. Well, that's kind of my reactions to the first day of E3, and if you like this video, you should leave a like and subscribe to the channel. These next upcoming days, I'm going to be covering a lot of E3 news and information. Normally, my channel is about movies, TV, video game, and anime, and discussing relevant topics about those mediums and having a conversation. So, until then, this is Master Menard, signing off.